The prince returned, and we were not ready. I still hear him. Even now, late at night, when the village is silent and the wind barely moves. His voice, that twisted, broken sound, echoing through the trees. You can't hide. I thought I was free after that night in the forest when I threw the cursed necklace into the darkness and ran. But the prince, he found his way back. And this time, he didn't come for the necklace. He came for us. It started one evening when we heard the sound of drums from the palace. Drums that hadn't been touched since he vanished. I remember the fear spreading across the village like a sickness. Some of the elders murmured about spirits and curses. Others said it was just the wind playing tricks. But I knew better. I knew he was back. I went to see Amalie, the old villager who knew all the village's hidden histories. Her home was filled with strange symbols and herbs, each one a relic of an ancient ritual or protection. As soon as she saw me, her face turned grim. "You felt it, haven't you?" she whispered. "He's returned. The forest never forgets, nor forgives. That necklace, it was bound to him. When you threw it, you severed only a thread. The roots run deep." The next day, I woke up to find strange marks outside my door. Long, dark scratches in the dirt, as if claws had dragged across the ground. They led all the way from the edge of the forest. I tried to ignore it, telling myself it was just an animal. But deep down, I knew who left them. That night, I couldn't sleep. I lay in bed, listening, every sound making my heart race. Then, just as I started to drift off, I heard it, a faint whisper, calling my name. It was his voice, hollow and broken. I froze, trying to convince myself it was a dream. But it got louder, creeping through my window, filling the room. "You thought you could run," he hissed. "But you're mine now." The next morning, I went back to Amalie, her face etched with worry. "You mustn't face him alone," she said. "The necklace binds his soul. If you seek to end this, find it and burn it under the moon's light. Only then will his grip weaken." But before I could act, my neighbor's daughter vanished, then more villagers. The fear was relentless, and Amalie's words haunted me as much as the prince's voice. One night, the prince's shadow fell over my door. I felt his anger and his hunger, but I remembered Amalie's words. I whispered a prayer, calling on the forest to intervene. A faint light flickered, and the prince screamed, retreating into the dark. No one has seen him since that night, but Amalie warns that he is bound to the village, to me. She still hears his whispers, and now and then, she tells me the forest speaks of his return.